Meanwhile, in China, the Wuhan virus is back. The latest outbreak is getting bigger. Around 2,000 people have been infected. 11 regions are under lockdown. New clusters have emerged. China's propaganda machinery has gone into an overdrive. It is trying to weave a new narrative using old tricks. Just look at these reports. Xinhua shared a report with a video. It claims that China has built a testing lab in one of the affected regions within 10 hours. And that's not all. They apparently conducted more than 2 million tests. Good for them. We found another video. A hospital has come up in Hebei with more than 1,000 rooms in less than 100 hours. Can you imagine the urgency and the magnitude of the problem? We've already told you about that quarantine facility in Hebei. Last week we showed you how 3,000 units were being built on war footing. Reports say China is expanding this facility already. It's adding another 1,100 odd rooms. So many arrangements for 2,000 patients. Either it's a case of once bitten, twice shy, or the numbers are expected to swell. The sense of deja vu in China is unmistakable. The same time last year, we had the same headlines. China was pushing similar stories. You would remember this one. How a new hospital was built in 10 days flat to combat the Wuhan virus in Wuhan. This video went viral. So did the virus from Wuhan. Once again, China is showing the world how it can set up massive facilities overnight. But to what end? It is still struggling to contain the spread. Reports say the outbreak in Heilongjiang and Jilin is testing the authorities. Apparently, mass testing and lockdowns are not working in rural areas. Meanwhile, the pressure from Washington is not easing. The outgoing U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has delivered a parting shot for Beijing. And this is what it looks like on your screen, a fact sheet on the Wuhan Institute of Virology, the same Wuhan laboratory that many theorists claim gave us the Wuhan virus. So what does the latest charge sheet against China say? Was the virus made in a lab? Did it leak from this laboratory? The US government still remains unclear about the origin. It says it doesn't really know exactly where, when or how the virus jumped into humans, but it does believe that the role of the Wuhan lab needs to be investigated. We agree. Here is what the US State Department claims. It has reason to believe that several researchers in this lab fell sick in the autumn of 2019. The fact sheet says China has a history of accidental infections, and the Communist Party has prevented independent journalists, investigators, and global health authorities from interviewing anyone from the Wuhan lab. And there's more. The US believes that the Wuhan lab was studying coronaviruses similar to the Wuhan virus. They specifically name one sample. It's called RATG13. It is a bat coronavirus that's apparently 96.2% similar to the Wuhan virus. Concerns have also been raised over the Wuhan lab's involvement with the Chinese military. The US claims the Wuhan lab has worked on secret projects with the PLA, the People's Liberation Army. These are very serious claims. And let me remind you, this is not a media report we are quoting. This is a statement from the US government. With this fact sheet, America is essentially demanding an investigation into the Wuhan lab and if it indeed had a role to play in this pandemic. America wants China to provide records of the Wuhan lab to the WHO team, the same team of the World Health Organization that is investigating the origins of the Wuhan virus. China has issued a sharp reaction to America's demands today, dismissing these claims as conspiracies.
The so-called fact sheet is just another list of lies concocted by the US side, fully reflecting the attitude of the US politicians who put public safety aside for their own selfish interests, disregarded life, defied science, indulged in promoting conspiracy theories, and eagerly spread political viruses.
The Chinese spokesperson later called Mike Pompeo Mr. Liar in the press conference. But here's something China cannot whitewash. Its poor record. Since the beginning of this pandemic, China has guarded the Wuhan lab. It has dismissed any claims about its involvement and slammed demands of transparency. If China has nothing to hide in this lab, why is it blocking access and investigation? It's a question we've been asking from day one. Now, US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has drawn the world's attention to China's lapses and cover-up once again. And the Biden administration must keep the heat on Beijing and demand accountability from China. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.